Hello. Today, I'm going to be talking about more Battlebond Spoilers, the new set coming out on June 8th. Sounds like I'm promoting this set, but I'm actually not. I just figure they're easy videos to promote the channel. So let's go ahead. I won't lie to you, I thought Doubling Season was the Jace the Mind Sculptor or the Tarmogoyf of the set. That the whole set was going to be shit. But because Wizards printed one money card, everyone would drop their pants in excitement. Well, I can admit I was wrong. Today, they spoiled a lot of good reprints for the set, and we're going to go over them. I'm going to be talking about the last time they were reprinted in a booster pack set, so not supplementary product like Commander or Dual Decks. What formats they're played in, their current price, and what will happen to the price, in my unexperienced opinion. So let's start off small. We got Swords to Plowshares. Classic removal, see play in EDH and kitchen table stuff. It was last reprinted in Masters 25, so about 2 months ago at Uncommon. Still uncommon in Battlebond, and it's hovering just over $1. The price will probably stay the same. Maybe it'll dip initially, and you can pick up some cheap copies for probably around $1 or just under. But it's such a sought after card that it'll probably stay around this price. Moving to another uncommon, we got Chain Lightning. It was last printed, and the first time it was reprinted, in Eternal Masters. It sees play in Pauper, because it is Pauper legal, and it currently sits around $4.50. Now because it was printed in a Master set, it wasn't widely accessible. The packs were still $10 or more, and it was in the uncommon slot. This reprinting in a normal priced MRSP pack will probably drive the price down a little. Looking at another uncommon card like Ghostly Prison that was once quite pricey, when it was reprinted in Conspiracy 2 at uncommon, it dropped in price. It still stabilized at a price where if you got one in a pack you made your money back, but it will never reach that initial price it once was. Will Chain Lightning stay at $4.50? Potentially, but I think it'll drop down at least to the $3 range. There's no point hiding it anymore. It's the background of this video. Let's look at our next spoiler, which is Vigor. Vigor was originally printed in Lorwyn, and it's a strong green card that sees play in green EDH decks. It currently sits at $17, mostly because it was only printed once, which was a while ago. So there isn't much supply of it to meet the little demands it has. Ultimately, the price is going to drop, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But let's move on to a card with a similar situation. Sower of Temptation. Again, originally printed in Lorwyn, that was the only printing of it. Currently sits at around $11, and it sees play in blue EDH decks. You can stick in Fairy Tribal, Wizard Tribal, or other decks that like control effects, copy effects, and blinking effects, just because you can keep stealing opponents' creatures. Again, this is a great card, but the only reason it's priced like this is because the supply can't meet the minimal demand it has for EDH players. This price is going to drop. And in a similar boat of the other two, we have Tidespout Tyrant. A high mana costing card with a powerful effect. It sees play in blue EDH decks, and it currently sits around $10. It was last printed in Dissension, meaning that again, an older set, the supply isn't there to meet the minimal demands. Now, I'm not saying these past 3 cards are going to be worth pennies, but they are going to decrease. They're just being printed in a modern day set that's going to have a large print run, and they're going to meet the minimal demands they have for EDH players. These cards can't tank reprints like Phyrexian Arena or Birds of Paradise that are highly sought after cards, so they will lose a sizable percentage of their prices. If you want to look at a similar example, look at Burgeoning. Originally printed in Stronghold, it was once a $30 card, but when it was reprinted in Conspiracy 2, it plummeted until it stabilized today at about $6. Now, is that similar for these other cards? That's great. If you pack one of them, you still made your money back in the pack. But if you have one that you are hoping to hold for value for some reason, you're probably shit out of luck. I don't know why the fuck you were doing that, just go buy some stocks. But moving on to cards that may retain their value, let's look at another reprint, Diabolic Intent. Very powerful black tutor effect, sees play in black EDH decks. If you can sack a creature in your black deck, you probably want to run this card or consider running it. The issue with it is it's 23 bucks. Originally printed in plain shift, an older set. Again, the supply cannot meet the demand of the card, increasing the price. What the reprint does is it brings new art, and the first time it's ever been printed with this border. And that could mean a few things. The original card could retain its price just from the way it looks. They're never going to reprint it like that. And the new version is still powerful with a different look. It'll probably be lower than the $23 mark just because of the increased supply, but I can still see it be a chase card in this set. Similarly, we have Land Tax. Powerful white card that sees play in all white EDH decks if you can afford it. It's originally printed way back in 4th edition and currently sits at about 35 bucks. But the old version had different art and is white bordered, so it will probably maintain the price it has, or if it dips barely and then climb back up to that price of 35 bucks or more. The new one will probably be cheaper, but will the supply meet the demand? I don't know. But if people can sell the new copy for 15-20 bucks and people are willing to buy that, then that's probably the price it will stay at. Another note of this is that there's only ever been one foil printing of this card, and it was a Judge promo. So the foil versions of this Land Tax are going to be expensive. Now, I know what you're saying.
Stop! My penis can only get so erect.
But there still is one more reprint. True name Nemesis. A staple card in a lot of legacy and vintage decks. It was originally printed in Commander 2013, so it was never printed in a booster pack set. And it currently sits at $30, and I honestly don't know what will happen to the price. There are two sides of it. Yeah, it could go down. It's being reprinted in a modern day set that could have a large print run. On the flip side, increasing the supply of the card could entice more people to start playing Legacy and Vintage, meaning that the demand is going to go up. It really depends on what the player base does with this card. And just like Land Tax, a card has never, ever been foiled. So foil versions of this card are the gold mine in Magic Cardboard. That's all I got for today. That's my opinion on these. I have no idea if I'm right or wrong. Let me know what you think, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Keep having fun.